Peter Paul, and he is a storyboard artist, and he is so talented. We're standing here, hands me his business card, and there is a animated graphic right there, or a sketch I guess I should say, that he just drew for me literally in like 3 seconds. Awesome. I'm like blown away just by that. I can't imagine all the work that you do, and you've been in the industry for over 15 years. So tell us a little bit about what you've done in those 15 years.
My first one was Space Jam, which was the one with Michael Jordan. I was an assistant animator. After that I moved on to a primetime TV show called Baby Blues. That was my first storyboarding related work. And from then on I moved on to Disney. I did the Tigger movie, Mulan 2, Lilo and Stitch 2, at least 3 Tinkerbell shows. DreamWorks I was on Spirit, Father to Pride, and now I'm on How to Train Your Dragon TV series. Fox, Alvin and Chipmunks 2. I jump around. After every production, just hope to find another show, and I've been lucky.
And what I liked in the panel that we went over, of course, always the importance of social networking for students our age, and just in general in your career, social networking is huge these days. And like you said, you're always looking for that next job, and something that I thought was so awesome was that you actually found one of your jobs through LinkedIn. So you want to share a little bit about how that job came about just through social networking?
The person I worked with at Universal was looking for artists, and she just sent me an email through LinkedIn. Fortunately, I was available, and I liked working with this person, so I immediately jumped on. It was one of my favorite shows to date, because it was a lot of fun to work on that show. Great people to work with, and the production was just so fun. And you can find work through Facebook also. Just connecting with people is really, really important. You know.
Very cool, yeah. And I think it's, it's awesome because people always say that, but it's so good to see like a living example that you actually, made that connection, and it obviously worked out very well for you. So thank you so much for being here and sharing everything with us.
No, it was fun.
Thank you. All right, I'm here with Melinda Lowenstein, and she is the senior casting editor for Backstage Magazine. And something I thought was interesting in the panel that you said was that you always envisioned having a career in entertainment, but not necessarily the one that you have now. So I just thought you could share with how you got to where you are now.
I basically, when I got to LA, I just started doing a bunch of random production jobs. I worked in a talent management company, and then I ended up at Baseline Studio Systems, which is a research company. And from there, the job came up at Backstage, and it was perfect because it was about TV and casting, and that was what I was interested in, so I just kind of fell into it.
All right, well, thank you so much for sharing all your insight. It was great having you here. All right, I'm here with Shannon Morton, and I thought you gave so many good pieces of advice, but one of the ones that stood out to me was that your dad always used to tell you, remember your last name, and then obviously other people remember it. So could you just touch on that, tell everyone what that meant to you?
Oh, it was annoying as a teenager knowing that my dad, every day when I would leave for school, would tell me, remember what your last name is, you're representing your family. Family was a huge deal to me. So it made me realize that my actions basically would be a result of my grandfather getting a phone call like, Shannon, what are you doing? They saw you on the streets. So that being said, it made me realize that my brand is very important. And where I go, it's important to kind of represent yourself because you're standing for your family.
Yeah, and taking that, you're also kind of showing other people what you stand for.
Absolutely,
Definitely
and it makes
advice.
you pick what parties you show up to, what friends you are associated with, what classes I took. It really guides you through. It guided me through my career options and choices.
All right, well, yeah, thank you so much for your advice. Like I said, you gave so much good advice. So thank you so much.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, so I'm here with Kim Peterson, and she works for NBC Universal. And possibly the coolest thing about Kim that is the hardest to believe for all of us here is that she just graduated from Cal State Fullerton last, was it summer or spring? Summer. So literally just graduated, and she already has a job with NBC Universal. And then another really cool thing you said literally in the panel is that the first step is being here, and then there was somebody here who applied for an internship, and you literally had just recently seen his resume.
Yes, absolutely.
So does that obviously make him stand out a little bit?
Yeah, because now I can put his name to his face and I can see him. He came up to me afterwards, introduced himself, said he's looking forward to meeting me later, and you know, possibly an interview. So it's super important to be at all the networking functions.
Well, it's so cool to see where you are now, and thank you so much for joining us and coming in. Thanks.